Hello, my name is Joe Edagogo Erienrimo, a professor of biochemistry, your Deputy Vice Chancellor, University of Guinea, Kawa campus. I'd like to welcome the Women-Friendly Initiative to our campus. We recognize the impact the organization is making with young people in Nigeria by helping to reduce stigmatization and criminalization, especially in vices that are common on campuses. We encourage our students and the university community to listen to the drama series on Uniben Radio FM 100.1, carefully designed to educate all on the dangers of negative reactions to students involved in vices. Show love to gain the confidence of our dear students. Thank you.
Let me begin by welcoming you all to this meeting of the Students' Union Government and the great students of the Department of Philosophy of this great university. We thank God that today we have more than half of the students of the department in attendance. We shall therefore proceed with the meeting. We have an imperative matter to discuss. Let me begin by explaining that this meeting is being called at the instance of the university authorities over the sporadic increase in female pregnancies and abortions amongst female students in this university.
And I am saying, why philosophy? Why philosophy girls? Is it only philosophy girls that are in this school? Or why are they being singled out to kickstart this moral discourse on increased unwanted pregnancies and abortion?
Can I please request orderliness in this meeting? Please do not interrupt anyone speaking. And if you wish to make any comments or contributions, please wait until you are duly acknowledged and permitted to do so. Thanks for your cooperation.
Thank you, Director of Socials, for your effort at instilling decorum in this meeting. Can I lend my voice by asking everyone to please act with maturity, self-control and respect for one another?
As the only staff and guidance counselor of the university, for all students, I have the official responsibility of ensuring that this meeting is well conducted and that the goals are achieved. SCG President, please go straight to the point as to why we are here.
Thank you, sir. We are here to discuss the unhealthy increase in the incidences of pregnancies and abortions recorded across the university, with an alarming percentage deriving from the Department of Philosophy. Besides, there is a special and disturbing case from this department which has warranted this meeting.
Okay, I'm sure many of us know Genevieve Odudu, a 200 level student of this department who got pregnant 7 months ago.
Is she dead?
Madam, Genevieve is not dead, but her case has been very complicated indeed. She was first discovered to be pregnant by her parents when her pregnancy was barely 3 months. They demanded for who put her in a family way, but Genevieve was not sure who.
Wow. Why could she not identify the father of her child? Was she raped? When would this barbaric scourge be eradicated from our society, especially our campuses?
Don't know. Genevieve was not raped, technically speaking. She actually had unprotected sex with multiple partners in an all-nude birthday bash with her friends. And see, incidentally, she got pregnant and could not identify the person responsible.
The wise or proper thing to do in such a case would have been to flush the pregnancy.
Well, Genevieve was not really so scared of abortion. Incidentally, her parents are strong Catholics to whom abortion is a taboo. Her parents hold the view that terminating the life of a day-old tantamount to murder. According to Catholic dogma, life is life, even a day-old or few hours old.
Oh, you can't force a person to have a child she's not prepared for or wants now. You can't.
But you can avoid having an unwanted pregnancy in the first place by being protected before having sex. Even after 48 hours of having sex, there are contraceptives that can ensure that pregnancy does not result. Moreover, protection keeps you from STDs, including AIDS. So if you leave out all these options and get pregnant, you can't blame a person or institution that kicks against abortion.
Please, Benson, don't drag us 100 years backwards. Anti-abortionists are simply conservative. No man is perfect. All men can make mistakes. So, How can anyone in their right senses argue irreversibility of the mistake of getting pregnant? Abortion is quite simple. The result for pregnancy mistake. There are several occurrences all around us which are as a result of the mistake. I mean, indeliberate actions or errors which are corrected in various forms and ways.
Yes.
The categorical facts emerging from contemporary women's health and rights discourses is that it is the fundamental human right of a female person to decide whether to keep or to terminate a pregnancy. There is just nobody or institution else that is qualified to interfere with her decision. If a female gets pregnant, one way or the other, especially if she's below 16 to 18 years, she may be counseled and advised as necessitated, but must be left to take the crucial decision of keeping or terminating her pregnancy, if not for anything, because the pregnancy is ours, and she's the only one who is to be affected, whatever outcome of processes she go through. In the case of abortion, she should be the principal and primary concern. Our fetus, a secondary being, deriving within her, can never contend with the concern for her life, safety, or well-being.
So poor Genevieve has now been forced to become a mother and to abandon her education by her own parents.
You may do well to listen to the whole story first, so that you may determine how, where, and why God comes in properly. As for Genevieve, her story took a different turn when a 7-month fetus scan was revealed that her fetus had a severe congenital abnormality. Yes, so.
Oh, wow.
Her parents turned 360 degrees round and requested the family gynecologist to abort the child on medical grounds.
Is that also not murder by the tenets of their family religion? If pregnancy is pregnancy and cannot be differentiated, then a child is a child and should not be differentiated. Even if a scan reveals that a baby will be born without eyes, legs, hands, mouth, stomach, anus, no matter how serious the disorder may be, the baby should be born so as to avoid murder. However, all anti-abortionists should be carefully identified and located so that all babies and children born with severe disorders can be handed to them to care for and enjoy, since they were the ones who insisted on being born in the first place.
What a wicked world, where even parents sometimes unwittingly harm their own children as a result of religious bigotry and prejudices. May God save one from myopic parents.
Well, God answers prayers diversely indeed. It turned out that the gynecological surgeon was also a staunch Catholic and an anti-abortionist. His hospital has a large, well-printed banner which declares abortion is forbidden in this hospital. He succumbed neither to the pleas nor to the financial inducement made by Genevieve's parents.
So what happened when the good family doctor and family friend refused to carry out the abortion, now supported by Genevieve's turnaround parent?
They were awfully disappointed. They were desperate about terminating the congenitally disordered pregnancy, and so they resorted to services of a quack who gave them a boastful assurance that he could abort the 7-month pregnancy without qualms.
Dr. Jack, this one that the story has included a quack abortion. Is Genevieve still alive?
Tell us.
Please don't tell us that our beautiful, brilliant junior has been dead and buried. This would make the 6th death in our faculty and the 4th death in our department this academic session in connection with pregnancies and abortions.
Yes, so.
Well, fortunately, Genevieve is not dead. Of course, she received severe complications from the operation carried out by the quack.
Yay.
She was bleeding internally, profusely, with a ruptured tissue between her womb and her private parts.
Poor Genevieve.
Yes, the quack could not suture her properly. She was losing a lot of blood, and a timely intervention was needed to save her life. Incidentally, her parents ran back to report to the emergency situation to the gynecological surgery expert. He managed to save Genevieve's life by a hair's breadth, though not without some casualties. Genevieve would never be able to get pregnant again.
Oh, my shell! Poor Genevieve will never become a mother. What a pity. How dreary would existence be for a woman, especially in Africa, who cannot mother a child. It's bad enough if she produces only or just female children, but that she can't bear a child at all, she would definitely need the assistance of her ancestors.
Yes, so.
However, the real reason we have called this interactive session is to address stigmatization. Can we all say stigmatization?
Stigmatization.
Stigmatization is by far the worst social, psychological cankerworm ravaging the health and well-being of many persons in our modern society. Stigmatization entails the deliberate, malign labeling, stigmata, regarding categorization, branding, etc., by some self-appointed discriminating and judgmental people of other persons' conduct or conditions as disgraceful, shameful, ignominious, reprehensible, uncouth, humiliating, embarrassing, uncivilized, discomfiting, dishonorable, disreputable, loathsome, disgraceful, demeaning, or humiliating, etc.
Wow, the grammar. Are there persons who are commonly stigmatized in our society?
Well, that's a good question, Bibi. Persons commonly stigmatized include people with ailments or conditions like HIV/AIDS, leprosy, epilepsy, unlawful pregnancies, abortionists, rapists, prisoners, etc. A lot of people stigmatized are innocent, ignorant, or helpless as to the cause of their stigmatization. Stigmatization causes sufferers and victims to go into hiding and concealment of their predicaments, which lead to delay in seeking possible solution, leading to devastating complication and deleterious avoidable consequences. Which brings us to the present case in point, Genevieve.
Was Genevieve a victim of stigmatization? Can we know the specific people who stigmatize her so that we can deal with them?
I don't know how we are going to do that, but I can tell you that those who stigmatize her are you and me. Yes.
So, what are you saying?
Humanity, our people, our society, our family, friends, neighbors, customs, traditions, beliefs, convictions, dogma, hypocrisy, self-righteous piety, our schools, churches, social and medical institutions, etc. We caused the problems Genevieve and her parents suffered from.
How? Could you please throw light into how I actually mean humanity, created or caused the problem we are being accused of?
By taking it upon ourselves to judge and condemn others and disgrace, shame, humiliate them for the things we feel they didn't do well from our own perspective. So we chastise, criticize, disparage, degrade, ridicule, and vilify them with words, reject them, ostracize them, when all they needed was a little caring, understanding, kindness, and accommodation from us as fellow human beings.
Very true.
We leave them with no choice than to feel that human beings are wicked, selfish, uncaring, conceited, unwitting, snobby, hypocritical, and even useless. And so they withdraw and hide and keep to themselves problems or issues they should have shared with others and received early and easy solutions to, mainly just to keep such others just from mocking and making jest of them, until their situations are compounded, complicated, catastrophic, disastrous, and what have you.
You mean we unwittingly do this to one another? It's incredible. It's a way of wickedly killing others unintentionally.
Yes.
Let me tell you, sometimes people stigmatize people intentionally out of selfishness and wickedness.
It is horrible. It is unjustifiable man's inhumanity to man, like so many other vehement demonstration of inhuman callousness.
But before you go, this meeting was not only called to create a sensitization about stigma. Genevieve is afraid to return to school for fear of being stigmatized. Her parents promised her they would do something, which is why the management of the university has asked for this interactive session to happen. Since you all are immediate community, there is therefore no better way to conclude this session than to ask you people to make a solemn promise not to stigmatize your colleague, but rather assist her to settle down quickly, which should be your reasonable duty when she returns to the school. If this will appeal or motion is carried, can we all say, we will do?
We will do.
Good. Thank you and congratulations to you all. Thank you very much for attending, making valuable contribution, being well behaved, and promising to be there for your sister, friend, and colleague. This meeting is now closed.
Thank you, Dr. Jack. Thank you.